Hey guys, Huzzy here bringing you another video. Now welcome back to watching pro plays, watching challenges and all that good stuff. So today we are highlighting and watching Misfits Forbidden. I do believe this is the pro himself. And he is going to go mid lane Jayce. So again, he is the pro mid laner for Misfits. Again, in actual champion select, these two are swapping. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to look at what Jayce in the mid lane can do, because as many of you are aware, we've been playing quite a bit of Jayce recently. And I'm going to be honest, you know, part of the reason that I have been playing Jayce recently, and playing more top lane recently, I'm not that confident about my mid lane champion pool. I don't know what it is, but I'm just more confident about my top lane than mid, which has not been true the whole season, even though I've been playing a lot of top because just how the autofill and everything system works. But I've not really looked into Jayce mid. You don't see them that much, and when I saw Feb playing it, I was like, ooh, I want to see what it does. I want to see like how can he do well. And again, obviously slight spoiler, but it's not really. These series always highlight the perspective of the person we're winning. They always do well because that's what we want to break down. How are they doing well? So he's against a Katarina. Again, he is one of the he might be in the top 3 EU West challenger players right now, Misfits Feb. So again, very high EU West challenger game. So you'd think the enemy would also be very good in, you know, the opposing team as well. So level 1, again, melee versus ranged matchup. You can see the zoning is already happening. Corrupting potions start for Jayce. And you can see the Katarina is already spam pinging question marks going, you know, what's this? How do I do anything against this? So it's a similar thing that you can do in top lane. But I'd say obviously in mid lane, and part of the reason, while he does miss some farm for doing this, part of the reason in top lane that you do get punished a bit more is because obviously bruisers like to fight quite a bit. Obviously Katarina does want to do that, but she's also squishy. This Katarina, I will say, has gone quite greedy in her build, if I'm honest. Maybe she thought she was against a Rise, but she went longsword. This is definitely for a Katarina. If she knew she was against Jayce and all that, hits another EQ. This is definitely a Doran shield game for a Katarina, but she went longsword. She's going to get punished. So farm, obviously, a little bit of a difference, but, you know, Feb has missed a bunch of farm for doing the amount of poke that he has, but he has got 2 health potions, misses that Q, 2 health potions of Katarina already, now 3. So all of her health potions are gone at 2.5 minutes in the game. And if, you know, we want to be technical, basically a minute worth of laning, all of her potions are gone. That's pretty damn good, where Feb has still got 1 corrupting potion stack left. So, the game itself, comp-wise, it's pretty standard. There's nothing completely out of the ordinary. You know, people will point out, you know, hey, there's a Lux support there. I will say myself, I'm becoming a bit more accepting of it. I still don't think it's great. I never think it's going to be a great pick unless Riot themselves change the scaling. Because I just think Lux is either going to be amazing in support or terrible in support, because that's just what she's going to do. If you do amazing, she's got mid lane scaling, you get fed, you're going to buy AP, boom, you're basically a mid laner in support. If you're doing bad in that position, then you're a mid laner in bot lane doing really bad. A lot of EQs being hit here. Katarina may be mispositioning a little bit. She should be hiding behind minions as much as she can to avoid that potential damage. But yeah. Good lane control right now for Feb, for the Jayce. Again, he's swapping to hammer form. There's one big thing that, you know, even I lane against Jayces, the biggest thing that I see inexperienced Jayces do, don't go in a hammer form when it's free. If you're under tower last hitting and you're getting no pressure, right now you've got pressure in lane and they can't walk to you, swap to cannon or hammer form to get mana back. A lot of people don't even realise. Alright, so Katarina does a really weird all-in there. I believe Feb will stay alive, he does, with about 10 health, which, you know, it's close, but that didn't look like a great engage by the Katarina. Being a little bit desperate, maybe she's just like, you know, I've got to try something, otherwise, you know, he's just going to snowball, get ahead, and I can't do anything. Obviously, Katarina's a weird champion because there are amazing examples of challenger Katarinas. I know in America, a lot of people are scared of that Cat Evolved, I think. A lot of people like value that person very highly on Katarina, but by principle, Katarina is a relatively easy champion to shut down. It's just a very good Katarina is so quick that even if you try to CC one, they can just get away. Like they are so slippery, and their one-shot potential is incredibly underrated. Because a lot of people think, oh, it's just a spin, and you're eventually going to do damage. You can one-shot people if you do the combo right, and obviously in Challenger, they're going to do the combo right. So even though, just to point that out, which is worth in my opinion, even though re-engaging with his W, getting all the farm as he does it, even though he got a kill, he's winning his lane convincingly. This is also an important lesson. Look at his item build. He is probably building a Hexdrinker. So even though he's winning lane by, you know, a decent amount, he is still scared of that Katarina. I guess for a couple reasons. You can see the Katarina really wants help right now. Jayce can counter, in theory, a Katarina because obviously he's got his hammer E that he can bash a Katarina out of her ultimate, but that does take time. There is a small cast time for hammer on E that you're not going to get it off instantly, and you might even be in the wrong form when Katarina ults, so you've got to change form, then use the E, and that's not going to be instant. So he is wanting resistances. The Katarina really is wanting help. Meanwhile, the red team is really winning lane right now. Well, they kind of weren't before, but Ezreal is now 3-1. He's down on farm, but that double kill obviously is going to put him ahead in gold and obviously give him free farm for a while. Ezreal and Lux on the enemy team are both over half health at this point. So jungle-wise, you've got a Karthus Evelynn matchup. Again, pretty standard nowadays. If you told me a couple years ago that Karthus' main role would be jungle, I probably would have looked at you funny, but it is now. Pretty much because of Dark Harvest, you know. Why risk being a lane phase when you're a weak laning champion? Just get free farm in the jungle and just ult for Dark Harvest stacks for free. And then you scale into the late game amazingly well. So it's just like a no-risk Karthus strategy. Woo, that was a nice EQ combo. Really clean. He hugged the minions with that Q as much as he possibly could without it making it contact. So Evelynn is finally looking for a gank, but again, the benefit of Jayce, I will say, or one of his benefits, he's actually really good at surviving gank stuff. You know, if you watch my Jayce episodes recently, a lot of the time we survive them because he's got so much speed. You know, he doesn't have a dash or anything, but you changing form gives you a movement speed buff, slight. He's got his E, obviously, when in ranged form, that is a movement speed gate. He's got so much movement speed, and obviously, depending what type of build you're doing, I generally go the Duskblade Drakthar first. But if you're getting ganked a lot and you're a bit scared, you want the extra movement speed, go the Yumu's first. Because it just gives you the movement speed even more so. So, we actually did speak about this recently, and I actually have been doing it a little bit more here and there, but again, this is the first time I'm watching Jayce mid. He has bought the Fairy Charm. So we spoke about that. I can't remember what episode it was. It might have been an Orianna episode. That higher rating players are now buying Fairy Charms and the Rejuve beads just for lane phase. Because cost effectiveness, they cost like 180 gold with a big engage command. With Ignite, he batters the E, but that's just too much damage for a Katarina to survive. She goes down instantly. But yeah, cost effectiveness is 180 gold for a lot of regen in lane phase, and the resell value, I think, is around 100 gold. So it's costing, in the end, like, I don't know, 180 gold or something like that. This is going to be another free kill. Boom. 2 kills straight away for the Jayce. Again, the blue bot side, though, is trading a little bit. The Ezreal is the one that's alive. He gets a double, or, you know, near enough a double kill. He's now 5-1. So right now in this game, of how it's going, the only one that is going to be able to deal this Ezreal so far is probably the Jayce. And again, it depends also the build that the Ezreal's doing. If he goes the Frozen Gauntlet build, that's obviously going to hurt a Jayce a little bit. But he is building an armor pen build. God, this Katarina face-checking a EQ combo right to the face. That's, oof. So Karthus has got his ultimate up. He's also warding people by Evelynn ultimate. Again, we don't know where Evelynn is, but we did just see that she was clearing that, so I would expect her to be mid lane, potentially around here. Again, not hard to predict, and she's literally where I said, but big engage coming out. Boom, Karthus gets 1 kill, and Jayce will, I think, survive. Ooh, why are you re-engaging? Weird flash by Evelynn, and Jayce, that's a really weird play by Forbidden there. He was out. He could have lived, and then he re-engaged on the Evelynn. Again, challenges even make mistakes. Again, part of the reason I love doing these episodes, because we get to learn quite a bit. And, you know, already if you're, you know, paying attention and you're kind of like, oh, he's winning lane convincingly, but he still rushes a Hex Drinker, so it's still defensive in places. Yeah, like, you've got to be smart about what you're doing. And if you actually look at the enemy team comp, Hex Drinker in general is fantastic against the enemy team, while Karthus gets a kill on the thingy. Misfortune does go down to the Evelynn, the Ezreal ult. But if you look at the enemy team, Vladimir, ability power. Evelynn, ability power. Katarina, obviously hybrid, but mainly ability power. Ezreal, hybrid, mainly AD, but still does ability power damage. And Lux, ability power. That is a pretty heavily stacked ability power team, so Hex Drinker is fantastic pickup. Karthus is probably going to pick himself up another kill here. Evelynn's going to go for the full engage. Oh, doesn't get it. But he does in the end. He gets the Q into the bush randomly, luckily for him. So again, bit of a fiesta game, but that's what we like to see. So Jayce is 3-1-1 currently. He's got about a 25 farm lead. Gold-wise, he has got a coming up to like, well, 1,500 gold lead, but that might make its way to 2,000 gold lead soon because he's probably going to get more tower plates. And obviously, Dragon is potentially something that is going to be up for contention this game. So again, clear it. Oh, wow. Ezreal gets another kill on the Misfortune. So this Misfortune is now 1 and 4. Again, the weird thing about Misfortune, she's changed as a champion. And I don't really know why. If someone knows, put it in the comment section. But Misfortune always used to be a lethality build champion that you built even like Arcane Comet and you went lethality for your all-in burst. If you notice now, Misfortunes go press the attack, big damage from Jayce, press the attack and rush bulk. So they go an auto-attack playstyle. I don't know why. I don't know what changed with Misfortune. I've never thought her auto-attacks were that good. Her range is ridiculously low, so she has to go all in to get auto-attacks off. So I really don't know what happened with Misfortune to make that meta. But yeah, if someone knows, put it in the comments, because I have no idea. So he's getting more tower plates. Again, the farm lead is being opened up. He has now got that. Well, I didn't know that. Oh my god, we just learned something in replays. He is now about to get that 2,000 gold lead. He just did it. But yeah, look. On the left, my sponsor thing's in the way. But if you press C in a replay, it actually opens up all his stats. And you actually can see all of his runes. Oh my god, this is magic! So his runes, like, we can say them actually officially now. And again, I know my sponsor thing's in the way, but I'll just say them. Summon Airy, Mana Flow Band, Absolute Focus with Scorch for Poke. He's against a melee champion. And then he went Domination second with Taste of Blood, Ravenous Hunter, and base stats were Adaptive Damage, Magic Resist. Big Engage, he will die to the tower, and Katarina does die again. But yeah, okay, so I will say the cool thing is that's the exact same rune setup that I run on Jayce. Like, literally to the T. Even Scorch. Because a lot of people go, Jayce doesn't have amazing scaling. Like, not really. Shouldn't you get Gathering Storm to help with that? No, you need to extend your lead most... Like, Jayce is a lane bully. If you're playing him to his best potential, he's a lane bully. Get Scorch. You have an Absolute Focus. Because you're on high health, you're going to be punishing the enemy on low health. Do that. I can't stress that enough because I have seen some Jayce builds that they're building for late game and, you know, in their scaling and they don't get ahead in lane phase or they're not trying to bully at all. And yeah, some matchups you can't bully. Like an Aurelia will kill you if you make one mistake, but you've got to try on most lanes. Against a Katarina, yes, because it's just kind of easy. So he's finished. Okay, so again, he's finished his Yumu's first. He's going to get maybe First Blood Tower. Yep, First Blood Tower. No, top lane was First Blood Tower. He just gets his tower, which is a bunch of gold, like nearly 500 gold. So that's still good. What I'm going to be interested in now, because again, mid lane Jayce, does he roam? Because, you know, you've been watching my top lane Jayce. We go for teleport plays occasionally because we're in top. We don't really roam on top lane Jayce. So you can see right now, what is he doing? He is roaming instantly. And again, we literally just asked this question, is he going to do it? And the answer looks like yes. So he's going to go for the Evelynn. He's going to go for a full engage. He's going to whack her dead. Karthus is now backing up. He's going to, if I was the Jayce, I would back away and maybe look for some range attacks because the Karthus can definitely get this kill. He comes in the back, again, risking death. Doesn't die just. Again, that was risky going in for that because you knew the Vladimir was dead because the Karthus was nearby, but he risked it anyway and does make him now 6 and 2. Again, the risk is worth it. Oh no. Alright, so sorry about that. Basically, replays at the moment are a half buggy that sometimes they crash and sometimes they don't. And like what I found out is that there is a time sometimes in replays that it crashes every time. And at 13:42, the replay crashed. I've had to open it a couple times to skip past the point it crashes, but we're back. Nothing like happened. Jayce just based, and he's now back in lane. So he is now, again, we've got to reset all this because he's mid lane, they're swapped there. He is now 6-2-1, and again, hopefully the replay doesn't crash for the rest of it. Riot have addressed that there's a problem with replays, they just haven't fixed it yet. But he's now finished, by the way, his Morum Mortius. Now, some people may be wondering, why did he finish that instead of now building for the Drakthar? Again, when you're so far ahead, sometimes finishing not even cost-effective items doesn't matter. I've got him cost-effectiveness while he goes for the Vladimir. Nearly one-shots of Vladimir, by the way. basically one-shots of Vladimir. Cost effectiveness affects mainly, and again, it's still good to be as cost effective as you can, but it mainly affects people that are like not rich in the game because they've got to use all their gold really smart. This Jayce is getting so much gold that it doesn't really matter. He completes his more, he'll just go for probably the Drakthar next, and because he's getting all the gold, it doesn't really matter. Again, for those that have asked the question, because I have seen it occasionally, sometimes I bring up cost effectiveness. What does that actually mean? Cost effectiveness in League of Legends actually means that if you're putting the value of gold on time on an item and stats that the item gives, there is more value in some items than others for how much it costs and all that type of thing. Finishing more like upgrading a Hex Drinker to a Moramal Mortius costs however much it does, and it doesn't give that much stats. Other items would give more stats for the upgrade. So that's when cost effectiveness comes in. Like when you really want to maximize how much you're getting for your gold, you have to buy items that give you a lot of stats for the money. But yeah, that's the general gist of it. So split pushing from mid lane Jayce. Again, this is something that I've always said I need to do more of. He will be extending his farm lead with doing this, while 3 of the enemy team died for 2, or 3 for 3 on the team right now. But that does leave Misfortune in top lane and Jayce in bot lane. He gets a tier 2 tower. He's getting wave after wave after wave. So this Jayce is becoming very rich. Again, he is using his gate, but he's going to use it to farm it and then run away. I'll be interested to see if he goes to actually commit to this blue steal. I'd say he will because he's got vision of the bot lane from the minions pushing up. So he's relatively safe unless like Evelyn was around this area. And obviously blue buff is it's a gift on Jayce. So I will say, as a Jayce player, if you're a jungler or you're even an AP mage and you see a Jayce on your team, I'd say if the Jayce is doing well, please give that Jayce blue, because his EQ combo, you can do it every, I don't know, maximum 10 seconds, with cooldown reduction even less. It is annihilating people. Like, you've seen in episodes where, like, spoilers, there's a Jayce episode tomorrow, and in that episode, you'll see my EQ combo more than half health people. It's just crazy damage. So Lux going for an all-in, Rise getting caught out, does get killed. Ooh, so swing and a miss by the Jayce. He is now in the top lane, so he's going to take even more farm. So what you're actually watching from this Jayce, which is interesting to me, while the Evelyn goes maybe for a bit of an engage, is that he's just going from farm point to farm point. That's how he's getting so much farm. Anyway, enemy team do pick up a couple kills, so this game is not looking really easy peasy. It's not smooth, the team's dying quite often. His bot lane right now has died 12 times. His team in total has died 18. 12 of those is his bot lane, which is kind of insane when you think about that. That's like, blah. Versus, obviously, now there's a fed Ezreal, the Evelyn's really strong, the Katarina will be getting more strength in team fights, and the Vladimir, obviously, if Vladimir isn't strong himself, that EQ combo, Jesus, that EQ combo chunked the Lux enough that Karthus just killed her. Wow. But Vladimir, obviously, is a great team fighting champion himself, but so many people forget about the core thing about Vladimir Ultimate. Right, let's click on Vladimir. Oh, can I click on? Okay. Hemoplague. Whoever's affected by Hemoplague, there you go, causing them to take 10% increased damage from all sources for 4 seconds. As a Vladimir, when you're ulting people, you ult 4 or 5 people, you are literally EQ combo and flash, gets killed instantly. You are literally giving your team a 10% damage buff that I think scales upward. So Jayce is now with the magic shield or black shield. He's probably going to chase this down with the EQ combo. Does pick up another kill, 800 gold. So that's 2 big kills on the Ezreal and the Evelyn. The 2 people that we said were the problematic people this game. He is now going to stay in the top lane. He's, I don't know, telling his bot lane to leave him. So again, split push Jayce from the mid lane. He's now 9-2-2. Pretty confident to say that most people won't be able to 1v1 him. Obviously, he did a flash ignite play on the Ezreal to make it like no risk. Just instantly one-bang him. But in an extended fight, he'll probably do quite well anyway. Katarina does kill Karthus again. Karthus has literally no way. Wow. He has no way of stopping a Katarina ultimate. So great bind by Morgana there. Remember with teleports, because with so many lessons that I'm just saying like people don't know, when you're teleporting to a tower, you always teleport behind the tower from the perspective. Like you teleport but closest to your base. So that's how the Morgana knew where to bind. It's the same every time. Unless there is something physically there as well, like another champion. Damn, it's crashed again. Right, we'll have to open it again and skip forward. Because, yeah, we want to continue this replay. All right, we're back again. I think we're in the right place. There's a big team fight potentially happening in mid lane. Jayce is just running back because he was basing at the end of last time. Again, apologies for all the crashes. It's just crazy at the moment. Jayce coming in at the tail end. Ryze gets a nice W, kills him with the Jayce. Jayce and Ryze going to continue running. Lux to slow them with her E. Item build-wise, again, interesting actually to me. Ooh, just survives the Karthus. Evelynn did not get her ultimate off in time, and they are going to go for a Baron. But what's interesting to me is his item build. He's gone for a lethality item, meanwhile Ezreal a little bit too over careless. He went for Edge of Night instead of Drakthar. Again, I guess he's that far ahead that he just doesn't really care. Because, you know, he's going to be doing damage regardless. He doesn't need the Drakthar damage. So that's crazy to me. So that, again, is, in my eyes, opening me up to a different item. I never buy Edge of Night on Jayce, like, ever. So him doing it is kind of making me kind of go, Again, part of it could be that the enemy team comp, like we mentioned earlier, is so ability power reliant. And obviously Edge of Night gives the spell shield. And again, Evelynn Charm, like, hit, he could block that. He could block a Vladimir ultimate if he times it well. He could block some of the Katarina's damage. He could block Lux's Q. So there is a lot to block, and maybe that's why he's doing it, because the enemy team is, you know, more spell reliant than normal team comps. So that's maybe why. So again, a pretty dominant performance so far this game. 11-2-3, 190 farm. Again, hopefully the replay doesn't crash again, but the game, I don't think there's that much longer of the game. Maybe there's going to be one or two more fights. Morgana trying to survive with her ultimate, doesn't get the stun off. W misses the EQ combo, does the Jayce, dodges the Lux Q. Evelynn's over here again. A lot of people don't realize. Let's actually show it so people literally are not surprised by Ev again, because I've said it in a live commentary and people are like, wait, that's a thing? Right, ready for this, everybody? Wait for it again, so we're watching this back again. Right, see Evelynn Charm? Right, when Evelynn Charm gets full, look at that arrow. That is literally telling you where Evelynn is. It's the direction of Evelynn. It doesn't tell you how far away she is, but remember, Evelynn, she can't be that far away if she's going aggressive. So in this type of situation, it's likely she's around here. So again, a lot of people don't know that, and I'm tempted to make like a video, if I've got spare time, of little things like this that people are unaware. Like, it's literally telling you where she is, because there's a bunch of them, and people are like, wait, that's a thing? Yes, there's a lot of them that are like that. And then there you go, she's over there. Right, so they are backing out. They do get the dragon. Ezreal going aggressive again, does manage to get the kill onto the Ryze, and I presume a backing out is going to happen. If Ezreal, might go over aggressive. He's done it a bunch this game, but they are going to just rotate to the bot lane. Misfortune survives against Vladimir. Unfortunately, the W from Karthus does not land, and they are just going to back out. So again, they've got the Baron. They are dying, so they're not using the Baron to its fullest, you know, capability. Partially, I'd say why is because the blue team bot lane were attempting to do Dragon by themselves, and they just get caught out, outnumbered. So again, even though this is a challenge game, 7 deaths, 8 deaths, you know, 2-7, 1-8, they are bad KDs. That is not going well for those guys at all. EQ combo, nearly half health, the Katarina. A lot of damage coming out by the Jayce there. So again, from me watching this, and you can see he's now buying his Drakthar too. I'm going to maybe try, depending the team comp obviously, but moving forward with me playing more Jayce, I might try him out in mid lane if it's a specific matchup like a Katarina or an Echo or something. Really weird play with a Katarina. Something that I can abuse melee-wise on the enemy team. Vladimir going maybe aggressive, decides against it. I think they do kill the tower in the end. But I'm also going to maybe take Edge of Night. You know, if the enemy team is a heavy spell comp and there's a big spell that I'm like, I could really wish I could not dodge that, then I'm definitely going to consider buying that item, because I've never bought it before at him. You know, it's not really an item I buy. I've always considered it mainly, if I'm honest, a talent item. Because like as you're roaming down with your jumps over walls and stuff, you just proc it and then you gank and they can't stop you, or at least for the first spell. And again, by habit, people usually throw their CC as their first spell. Alright, so here potentially is a big fight. They're getting slowed. They're actually getting... So, Karthus opening with his ultimate, with Misfortune ultimate. They kill the Evelynn straight away. Enemy team is very low at this point. Lux nearly dead. Jayce going to go aggressive. He's then going to go on the Ezreal. Gets the Ezreal too. Jayce just surviving for a long time. They do get him, but he did a lot of damage. Vladimir's going to go low as well. He is going to end up dead. And by the way, this whole situation was without Ryze. Mainly the damage came from Karthus ultimate there, and then Jayce just cleaned up the fight because of how far he was ahead. And again, that was, he's got his Drakthar now, but that was like, this Jayce is squishy, but he's just dealing that much damage that the enemy team didn't fully commit to him together. Again, that would be the counter this game. And that probably is going to be the game. So again, apologies for the 2 crashes that I've had to piece together little bits of replay. Hopefully Riot fixes the replay soon. I literally don't know how things break when they were working for years. But, you know, Riot's code is Riot's code. But that's going to be it. So mid lane Jayce, really interesting to me. Again, the carrying on the enemy team, I would say partially questionable play. Some weird engages that gave Jayce his lead. But just smart play. He farmed really well. He went to side lanes a surprising amount. And remember, this guy didn't have teleport on Jayce. He had ignite. So again, it's to me, when I'm watching these challenger players, these solo laners that I'm a solo laner, what the biggest thing is always standing out to me is side lane, farm, side lane, farm. So I've really got to up my game on that. And again, part of that is in challenger, these people should trust their team quite well. That your team is looking at a Jayce in the side lane and you would hope your team doesn't engage. They're like, all right, we know Jayce is in the side lane. Let's play defensive. Let's let him farm. Let's let him split push. When you're in even diamond or lower rating, sometimes your team doesn't look what you're doing. They just do it. And it's like, come on, dude. So that's why sometimes for me, I find it hard to split push because I literally just don't trust my team. Gold-wise, though, finishing at the end, Jayce has finished on 14.7, the most gold in the game. And again, a pretty dominant performance. So again, takeaways, side lanes, potentially Edge of Night, also building more, you know, early because of the enemy team comp. So you're watching a build here, by the way, because I guarantee he doesn't buy Edge of Night every game when he plays Jayce. But I guarantee, you know, you're watching a build being adapted to the comp he's against. Some people in LoL, and again, you even see it in Diamond, they have these cookie cutter builds that they do every single game, regardless of anything. Like I'd say Tryndamere players are definitely big prone people to that. They just build the same item build every game. No matter what happens, that's it. Don't be that type of player. Adjust your build. He went Merc Treads, he went Maw, he went Edge of Night because of the enemy comp, purely. So yeah, really interesting. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, throw a like on the video. Again, there is going to be a Jayce episode tomorrow of me playing Jayce, and it's a pretty good one, so hopefully you'll enjoy that. But again, I might try a mid lane soon because we've only been playing him in top lane. But yeah, smash the like button. If you've got a champion in mind that you want me to kind of look into for these challenger spectates and stuff like that, put it in the comments. And obviously it has to be a champion that I'm interested in. But we did Silas. We've now done Jayce mid. And yeah, let me know and I'll have a little look through. And again, I generally look for like top 10. And if there's not a top 10 on EU West, then we'll expand the search a little bit. But I like keeping to like the top of EU West as much as I can. But yeah, that's going to be it. Like, subscribe. See you guys next time. Peace.